IIT Jamshedpur. And currently I'm taking data structure classes at SLM University, and also I am taking data structure classes for working professionals. Like we have courses for working professionals also. Like let's suppose if someone wants to switch company, right? So for that also we have courses. So currently I'm enrolled in that course. So that was all about myself. Now let's start with the session. So guys, before starting with the session, just let me know your year, your branch, and have you started your DSA journey with yes or no, so that I can take the flow of the session according to the audience we have in this session, because I want that you will get every bit of this session. So just let me know your year, your branch, and have you started your DSA journey with yes or no? Is it possible for you to write in chat box?
No.
Okay. Can anyone tell me like students are from which year? Mostly students, or which branch?
Hi, ma'am. So basically, our chat box is not available for the participants. Participants, you can reply on the Discord chat box, and we will read out it over here.
You can just let me year and branch of most of the students. Okay.
From BCA first year, and we have Danish from second year comms. Others put in if you want.
BCA. Okay. So basically, we have students from BCA, MCA, like other branches also other than BTech, BCA, MCA, BTech. So we'll be discussing the roadmap from beginner. Like if you are from any branch, from any year, whether you are doing BCA, MCA, or you are pass out, or you are BTech first year, second year. So I'll be giving you roadmap so that everyone can follow. You can follow this roadmap and you can reach to your dream company, right? So I'll be taking session according to that. So guys, first question is that like why we are studying about DSA, like what is DSA? Okay, so guys, if you are targeting these top product based companies like Google, Microsoft, Uber, Paytm, Swiggy, those who are giving you 6 plus LP, at least 6 plus LPA, right? Then for these companies, for entering into these companies, you need DSA. We need DSA for entering into these companies. If you are targeting as a software developer for these companies, then you need to do DSA, right? Because if I talk about in terms of percentage, if you are targeting these companies, most of the companies have 4 to 5 rounds, okay, and in each round you will have 75 to 80% data structure questions and 20% projects and your core subjects and your confidence skills. So most important part is data structure. If I tell you in short words, like if you want to enter into these companies now, then data structure will help you. Only data structure, I could say, right? So we have understood why we need DSA for these companies, right? Now, what is DSA? Many of you already started, but if you don't know about DSA, then DSA is data structures and algorithms, right? Data structure means you have some structures in which you can store data for the given problem, right? And algorithm means you are solving a problem following some steps, right? So you have some pre-implemented data structures and some pre-implemented algorithms. You need to understand them, you need to learn them, and you need to train your mind that how to solve given problem with the help of learned data structures and algorithms. For example, like if I talk about maths, right? So in maths, let's talk about differentiation part. So in differentiation, what we do? We learn some formulas, we understand them, and then sorry, by solving problems, we train our mind that if a question comes in exam, then how will I solve that question using the learned or understood formulas. This is same as data structure. You need to learn some concepts, right? You need to understand some concepts, and you need to train your mind by practice that how to solve given problem with the help of learned concepts. This is DSA, right? So we understood why it is important. So we understood what is data structure. Now next question is data structure really important? So guys, you already understood. Yes, it is very important. If you're targeting these companies now, then it is must, right? So guys, let me tell you one more thing. If you will enter into these companies now, like your salary would be like this: 50K per month, 60K per month, 70K per month, 1 lakh per month, 1.5 lakhs per month. That is up to your hard work, right? And data structure needs 6 to 8 months. Like we have this doubt how much time I need to learn for data structure. So 6 to 8 months, that's it. And I'm not saying that you need to study for 15 hours, for 14 hours, right? Only for 2 to 3 hours per day, that's it. And after 6 and 8 months you would be there. Like daily means 2 to 3 hours means you are studying for that time. It's not like that you are sitting in front of your laptop and you are doing here and there. That 2 to 3 hours you need to put seriously on data structure, on learning data structure or solving problem. Right. So according to me, like we have something, by doing that for some months, I can reach to my dream company. Right. So this is data structure. So now let's talk about the roadmap to data structures, right? So I hope like your queries are cleared, like what is data structure, package, timings, right? And why it is important, right? So these are the common doubts that I mostly got from students. So let's start with the roadmap to DSA. From where you should start, what are the prerequisites for DSA, what are the topics that we need to do in DSA, and for each topic, how many questions I should do, right? So I'm just sharing my screen. Once my screen is visible, just let me know. My screen is visible, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay. So, guys, okay, so prerequisite for data structure is like if we will ask what I should know before starting with data structure, what I should know if I want to learn data structure, right? So for starting with data structure or for learning data structure, you need language. You need a language because you can implement data structure with the help of language only, right? You heard about these things, C++, Java, Python, C. So this is a language. With the help of this language, you can implement data structure, right? So this is prerequisite for data structure, right? So in language, we have many options: C, C++, Java, Python. You can start with any language, that is up to you. But if you will ask my personal suggestion, I would suggest to you do C++ or Java. Why? Because C is not preferable in interviews. The reason is C lacks many concepts, right? And Python also, many companies doesn't allow Python. But if you are learning Python, that's okay. If you are learning C, that's okay, because C and C++ both are 90 to 95% same. So if you are learning C or if you are already done with C, then no worries, you can switch to C++, right? So guys, here I want to cover one point. Generally, I have seen many students, they are wasting their time in thinking which language is best, which language I should start with, and so questions. Okay, so every language is best. Every language is preferable in interviews. Start with any language, but please start. This is the most important part. So in language, what topics I need to do? Introduction of a language, right? variables, operators, flow control. In flow control, you have if-else statement, break continue statement, functions, how to declare function, how to call function, how to define function. And then we have loops, for loop, do while loop. And then we have arrays, strings, pointers, reference, and OOPS concepts and input output statements. So these are the topics that you need to do before starting with DSA, or these are the topics that you need to learn or that you need to have before starting with DSA, right? So guys, here also I want to cover 2 points. First is that don't spend much time on language. Mostly maximum to maximum 30-40 days. That's it, right? And second point I want to cover, generally we don't have exposure when we are starting with the things, okay? So we think like maybe if I do more languages, then I can get my placement. So guys, this is not the case. For your placement, you need a language plus good command in data structures. The interviewer doesn't care about how much languages you know. Firstly, he cares about your data structure skills and can you code it, and you can code it with the help of language. So make sure that when you are done with one language, start with data structure. And if you have more languages, that's obviously an advantage. Or if you want to learn more languages based on your interest, then you can learn side by side. But don't think that you are saying something. Okay, but don't think that with the help of languages, I can get my placement. Okay, for placement, you need data structure. For placement, you need coding, and coding means data structures, right? So, guys, here I want to cover a point. Please and try to understand this thing. Okay, so guys, whenever you are hearing about companies, you heard this term problem solving skills. You should have problem solving skills whenever you are applying for a company for SD intern or for SD full time. You always have seen this term, problem solving skills. Let's try to understand what is problem solving skills and how to get this skill, because this skill is for your interview, right? So guys, problem solving skill is a combination of 3 skills. First is implementation, second is logic making, third is debugging. Again, problem solving skills you need for your interviews, and it is a combination of 3 skills: implementation, logic making, and debugging, right? So let's firstly, debugging is byproduct of implementation and logic. If you know implementation and logic making, you will get debugging. Okay, so don't need to care about debugging. Now, let's understand what are these 2 skills, implementation and logic making. Try to understand. You are given a question. Let's think of a game. Okay, you are given a number, right? You have a one number in the box, and you need to tell whether the number is even or odd. We need to print whether this number is even or odd. Okay, so let's suppose this is a coding question. Now, first part is this: I will think, okay, how I can check whether a number is even or odd. So my mind will give me answer. You need to check with 2. If number is divisible by 2, this is even. If number is not divisible by 2, number is odd, right? So we know how to solve this question. Now I need to write code also. So for writing code, what I do, I will just take a variable named num. I will take input from user, and then I will write if else statement. If else statement for printing my answer, right? So the thought process, the thinking part, like how I can solve this question, how to check number is even or odd. This is called your logic making skills, right? And the writing the coding part, this is called your implementation skills. And now let's suppose you are done with your thought process, you have written code also. Now your code is not working, maybe you have done some mistake in your code, so that is called debugging. So debugging is byproduct of logic making and your implementation, right? I hope you got these three terms. So debugging is a byproduct of logic making and implementation, right? So let's understand how to get logic making and implementation. You are saying something?
Yes, ma'am. As you were doing like showing some code because it was not seen, so that's why I just wanted to check once again.
You are not audible, Tanvi.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you hear me?
You are not audible properly.
Okay, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So guys, yeah, what I was saying, see, now logic skills you can get when you will do data structures, okay, but implementation skills you should have before starting with data structure. If you will try to get implementation skills with data structure, then you would start giving up after some days, okay. So when you are starting with data structure, you should already have implementation skills. So now let's try to understand how to get implementation skills, okay. So guys, you can get this skill with the help of language, right? So what you need to do when you are learning a language, try to practice program as much as you can practice, right? For example, if I'm learning variable, try to practice at least 2 to 3 programs, right? Because your fingers and your mind should be habitual of writing code. That is called implementation skill. Now, if you will ask me, Naki, write this code, write for loop or if else, I don't need to think because my fingers are already habitual. I'm doing code for like 3 to 4 years, right? Or more than that. So I'm habitual of everything. My fingers and my mind, in my subconscious mind, everything is there. And how I got this thing? By practice. You will also get this thing by practice, right? So when you are learning a concept in a language, try to practice programs. When you are learning variable, at least 2 to 3 programs. When you are learning operators, at least 2 to 3 programs. When you are learning if else, try to practice at least 5 to 6 programs. When you are learning function, try to practice at least 7 8 programs, different programs. When you are learning loops, in loops we have for loop, while loop, do while loop. So practice for loop practice at least 10 programs. For while and do while practice at least six programs. So basically when you are learning concepts, try to practice programs as much as you can practice. So before starting with data structure, you should have already done at least 60 programs. This is at least, okay. So guys, please don't miss this part. This is very important part, right? So now we are like 40 to 50% of things are done because you got implementation part, basics of logic making, language, right? You understood the basics. Now you just need to do data structures, right? And one more thing, if you will not get like how to get the basic questions, so there is a book, I cannot write in chat box. So there is a book named C in Depth. I'm writing here C in depth, right? So guys, from this book you can get the basic questions. This book is in C language, but if you are learning Java, C++, or any other language, just pick questions from this book and practice in your own language, right? And guys, before moving to data structure roadmap, I want to cover one point here. Like, let's suppose you are complete beginner, okay? Maybe some students are there in this session. Let's suppose you are not getting anything, you don't know from where to start, what to do, what is data structure, what is this. And let's suppose in this session also you are not getting things because of so many things you are getting confused. So blindly download this book, or if you can buy, you can buy this also. Just do first to 7 to 8 chapter, starting from first chapter, and from first to 7 to 8 chapter, just do this book exercises and all, practice things, try to understand things. And after this, when you will have basics in your hand, then you don't need to like ask where to do, what to do. You will get your all answers. If you are confused, if you don't know from where to start and all, so you can just pick this book and do chapters from this. Right? Data structures, we will be starting with arrays. Arrays basics, basics input output, declaration of array, and 20 to 25 questions in arrays. That should be a mixture of easy and medium. And also in arrays you would practice two-pointer technique and sliding window technique. You can note down two-pointer technique, sliding window technique, right? After arrays, you will do hashing, hashing basics, and 6 to 8 questions in hashing. And after hashing, you will do searching, sorting algorithms. In searching algorithm, you will do linear search and binary search. And in sorting algorithm, you will do 5 algorithms: selection sort, insertion sort, bubble sort, quick sort, and merge sort. Again, selection sort, merge sort, quick sort, bubble sort, insertion sort, right? So after doing searching sorting algorithms, you would practice of these algos 5 to 6 questions of searching and 5 to 6 questions of sorting. Now we are done with arrays, we are done with hashing, searching, and sorting, right? So now we'll be moving to recursion. So recursion basics, how to call a function in itself, or what is base case, like basic things about recursion, and then 6 to 8 basic questions of recursion, very basic questions of recursion, like how to print 1 to n natural numbers with the help of recursion. You are given and you need to print numbers from 1 to n in increasing order. And in second, next question could be you need to print the number from 1 to n in increasing order. So very basic questions, like 6 to 8, right? So after this, you will leave recursion here. You will come back to recursion, but for now, you will leave recursion here, right? So after this, linked list. So linked list structure, basics, insertion, deletion, updation, right? And then 8 to 10 standard questions in linked list. Standard question means the questions that are already asked in many companies, right? Or the famous questions, because no company is going to make every time new question for each candidate. You will get same questions, right? But maybe you will get slight modification, or maybe the pattern would be same or the question would differ, right? For example, if you are learning addition, you know in your exam you will get addition questions. Okay, so for that you are learning addition, so it's for sure na, like you are not going to get same digits, so you need to understand the things. The pattern is same, addition, carry and all, but that digits would be different. Same case in case of data structure questions. And maybe you are learning how to add 2 digits, and maybe there you will get 3 digits, right? So this is the difference between actual interview questions and the question you are practicing. Modifications, or like pattern is same, the question would differ, right? So after linked list, circular linked list and doubly linked list. So difference between circular linked list and linked list: structure, insertion, deletion, updation, 6 to 8 questions. And then doubly linked list, difference between linked list and doubly linked list: structure, insertion, deletion, updation, and then 5 to 6 questions. Now next is stacks and queues. So stacks and queues are very important for interviews, very important. So if you're targeting companies from 6 to 8 LPA, then stack and queues are very important. So again, basics, implementation, insertion, deletion, updation, and 8 to 10 questions in stack, 5 to 7 questions in Q, right? And in DQ is not much important, but still we need to do it, basics and 3 to 4 questions. Okay. So guys, if you are targeting companies up to 6 or 7 LPA, then these topics are enough. These topics are enough. Make good command in these topics, right? But if you're targeting companies that are giving you 6 plus LPA, then you need to do remaining topics also, right? So remaining topics are trees, heap, or greedy, graph and DP, right? So greedy you can do in one day. That is a technique, and you can learn that technique by solving problems. So practice 5 to 6 problems, that are enough. After this, we will start with trees. We will start with trees or binary trees. So guys, this is the most important topic if you're targeting Microsoft or Amazon. These both companies mostly ask three questions, right? So in binary tree, firstly you will practice traversals. Firstly you will understand the structure, how to add node, how to delete node, and four classical traversals are there: in order, pre-order, post-order, and level order. So you will do that, and after this you will practice 20 to 25 questions of trees, right? And after binary trees you will do BST, binary search tree. This is also very important. Again, structure, properties, insertion, deletion, updation, and 20 to 25 questions, right? So now guys, after doing trees, you would move back to recursion, because in trees you have used recursion, but that recursion is much easier than actual recursion question. So that's why for now it would be easy for you to solve or understand recursion question. So practice 20 to 25 recursion questions and backtracking questions, right? So after this heap or priority queue, basics, insertion, deletion, updation, 6 to 8 questions, right? In all these topics we have two more topics, graph and DP. So you can do graph before DP also or after DP also. So in graph, firstly you would do basics, graph representation basics is or like traversal, insertion, BFS, DFS, and 10 questions of BFS, DFS, and cycle detection, right? So if you're targeting companies up to 10 LPA, then graph basics are enough. Insertion, deletion, BFS, DFS, cycle detection, and questions based on DFS, BFS. But if you're targeting companies that are giving you 10 plus LPS, then you need to do graph algos also, right? So last topic is DP. So guys, DP is most important topic, like very important. You cannot leave DP. If a company is giving you 7 plus LPA, then for sure you will get DP questions. Maybe in coding assessment, or maybe in face-to-face technical interview. But for sure you will get DP questions. So make sure that you will be prepared for that. Okay, it's not like that you are not doing things and at the end you are just blaming companies, or you are just blaming your luck. Trust me, if you will do practice now, you will get your placement. Maybe not for 2 or 3 companies, starting companies, but after that for sure. It's just a game of hard work and practice. So in DP, you would be doing first 20 questions using recursion and memorization. Recursion, right? Memorization means if you need a value again and again, so instead of calculating same value again and again, we are storing the value, and whenever we are needing it again, we are using it from the stored value. This is called memorization. So in DP question, first 20 question you will use recursion and memorization only, and after that you would move to DP tables. And in DP you will practice at least 60 questions at least, right? So guys, that was all from my side about data structure, roadmap, and all. Now it's your turn. If you have any doubt, you can just ask to me.
No
Yes,
doubts,
guys, if
ma'am.
you have any doubt. Okay.
Guys, if you have any doubts and you don't wish to speak over here, you can say it on Discord as well. I'll read them out to you now.
So I want to share a form. How can I share?
Ma'am, you can send the form to one of the CodeCell members who you are in contact with, and am I audible?
Not properly.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible now? I'm really sorry.
Uh, uh, okay, guys, if you don't have any doubt, then I think we should wrap up this session. So at the end, I just want to say, guys, start your preparation. Things are very easy. The most difficult part is to force like yourself and to study. Okay, and at the end, I want to say, whenever an experienced person is coming to your college, right, or you are attending this session, so you are giving you 1 hour or more than 30 minutes, so try to ask your doubts, right? It's not like that directly I don't have any doubts. Okay, so try to take things from others, try to use them, right? Things are very easy. You just need to work a little more, right? DSA is very easy, coding is easy. It just needs practice. That's it. Practice and a proper strategy. Right. So bye guys. Take care. And if you have any doubt, you can connect with me on LinkedIn and you can ask your queries.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for the enlightening session. Somebody wants to speak. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Ma'am, I wanted to ask, what, how, from where should I approach uh, advanced algorithms like binary lifting?
Like,
Binary lifting.
okay, so you can like I don't know about which algorithm you are talking. Binary lifting about what? Can you explain me?
So, if there is a binary tree and you want to find the kth ancestor or the common ancestor or problems like that, so you
Okay. So that you can find on Geeks for Geeks. These are like not in basic part advanced, not in advanced part. We can say it like medium to hard type of questions. So you can find these type of questions easily on Geeks for Geeks or Lead Code. These both platforms are best for DSA, and everything you can find in these two platforms.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
We have another doubt that says that what certification should be done on DSA? This is from Mihir.
What you are saying, you are not audible. What certification?
Yes, ma'am. So, what certification should be done on DSA?
Certification, like you don't need any certificate for your company. Even if you will show your certificates, they will not consider it. So don't show your certificates or don't run behind certificates. Just practice problems. Like you should have skills, not certificate.
Okay, ma'am, I guess those are the doubts. And ma'am, to answer your previous question, you can send the form link to one of the CodeCell members you are in contact with, and I will put it on the on our Discord server so that the participants can fill that form.
Actually, I'm not in contact with anyone, so you can connect with me after this session.
Yes, ma'am, I will do that definitely.
Yeah, or if it's possible, you can share your contact number, but I think that's not possible because chat is not working.
Ma'am, can you see the chat? Only the participants can't see the chat. Can you see the chat box?
No, I'm not able to see the chat box.
Okay, ma'am. So I will get in contact with you. I guess you are in contact with Nilansh. So Nilansh and I will coordinate, and I will definitely get in contact with you, and we will share the form on the Discord.
Okay, sure. Bye, take care.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for participating for such an enlightening session.